This session brought to you by Odyssey Games for pre-orders and sealed product, CCG Prime for tons of singles and supplies, Cardo Doko for international rulers looking for products, and fowlibrary.com for articles and wonderful deck lists, as well as our guest lecturer members King Pearlshine, Vite Ramen, Mognite, and Darren Noblock. Class is in session. You're good.
All right, good.
Hey there, rulers. Welcome back after a long week of Force of Will to your favorite ever live Force of Will vodcast. It's Office Hours with just three of us again today, featuring myself, DMO73, in my talking very calmly voice. And I'm joined as always by Paul Reisman.
In my talking very calmly voice.
Ooh, and Michael Rance.
In my incredible anxiety-ridden voice.
That's, yeah, because his computer broke. I do want to say, though, that... just as before we get started, huge exciting news that Mike Rance will be staying in my Airbnb for Japan for Worlds, so that's exciting news. Which means we're gonna actually make him play cards. So
crazy.
there you go.
Never heard.
Gonna play this card game.
But before we get started, just a few things. As always, just want a reminder that you can get pre-orders for the set as we talk about it here today in Odyssey Games. You can check out the link in the description below to pick those up. Also, be sure to sign up for the May 20th Discord event over on Rulers School Discord. We have that amazing top 8 playmat that we're going to be giving away. It's only $10. You can find all the information in the description below. Hope to see you all there. It's just a one-day event. All you got to do to get the mat is top 8. It's a piece of cake, and it's a nice little fundraiser for FowFest, so check that out. Yes, you do get points for the prize wall for FowFest just for signing up, so that's a cool thing. Hey guys, did you think that we were going to be talking about just one ruler today? I sure didn't, but here we are.
No, Jeremy, you don't understand. We're talking about a bunch of rulers that just sucks. Gribers.
I mean, I guess that's fair. We are talking about a bunch of different rulers. They're just sub-rulers. That's fair.
If you want to be
point.
a sub too, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. If you want.
Okay, well, now that is out of the way, let's jump into a lot of Elektra cards. We have a lot of darkness cards, and we have a lot of fire cards to jump into, and some of these are pretty spicy. The Armory deck is starting to look more and more like it's going to be 7 actual good cards. Let's jump in. So first up, we have Sword Saint's Insight. 1 black chant. Look at your opponent's hand. Choose a card of total cost X or less from among them, where X is a number of armament or high armament sub-rulers you control. Then discard the chosen card. Just worse Look of Corruption. Just play Look of Corruption if you want a 1-drop discard spell.
Crazy.
Because that'll always hit anything of 4 or less. So
Correct.
Just play 4 Look of Corruption instead. I mean, don't get me wrong, neat, but like I would have loved to if this card had some kind of like tap a sub-ruler to like take 2 cards or something. Like even just like maximum take 2 kind of thing. But yeah, just play Look of Corruption.
Correct.
Sandwich artists. It's already started. I don't really have anything else to say about this card other than just play Look of Corruption. Any other thoughts?
I play Look of Corruption.
Yeah, correct.
Or if you want to be spicy, play Glint of Insight.
Ooh.
Or if you want to be really spicy, play the one that makes it so that if you stake a Resonator, they have to pay 1 more for that as long as it's removed from the game. Looking at you, stealing Rumsfelds. So that's cute. Deathglare might actually see a pretty big comeback in this next format because of cards like Rumsfeld and other things.
Good card is good.
Next up, we have Armament, Battle Flag, Sub-Ruler. Whenever a J/Resonator you control attacks, this card deals 200 damage to target player or J/Resonator. Upgraded J/Resonators you control gain +2/+2.
Cool.
This is one I'm willing to put in the Armament deck.
Correct.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, I kind of wish it would like let the Resonator be the one to deal the 200 damage, because then you'd get some cool synergy with like Bane, right? But I also see why they didn't do that, because then you'd have really gross synergies with Bane. So
yeah. Strangely, more balanced than it needs to be. Question mark.
More balanced than it needs to be. Yeah. Mike, any thoughts about Battle Flag?
Honestly, none. This card is so boring.
It's fair. It's fair. It's not as boring as Headband. Headband is a little bit more boring. We have J/Resonators you control gain Eternal as long as they are attacking. Upgraded J Resonators you control gain Eternal during your main phase. This card is absolutely unplayable until you upgrade it. Want to know why? Well, Mike just left, and so now I'm in half the screen. Mike might be back. This card is absolutely unplayable until it's upgraded because stuff with Eternal will still take the damage. So even if it wins the trade because it has Eternal, the second it leaves combat, it won't have Eternal anymore. So it'll just die to the damage that it just took. This is not a playable card.
That was a choice. That's a choice.
It is not playable. Like, do not put this card in your armament deck. I mean, I can't think of what you're. Seriously, I can't think about it. I just don't know what this is used for at all. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess it's free guaranteed damage. I guess it's free guaranteed damage, sure. But again, the thing that you're attacking with, if it takes damage from the thing that it's crashing into, just dies immediately after it's finished combat.
It does avoid destruction, which is fine, I think, but they're like, oh, I want to kill that thing with my spell. It's like, well, you can't. So
don't get me wrong. Like, once it's upgraded, this is pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, this is a card that I wouldn't feel bad hitting it, and then like turn one playing Intel to upgrade it immediately, so that like right off the gate, my Intel is an Eternal during my turn, right? Like, but that's the line. Like, if you hit this, upgrade it immediately. But that's also thinking that we're not gonna have 6 better armaments to go in the armament deck.
I figured it out.
This
is literally a hard counter to miscalculation. They really had to nerf that card super hard by getting
Super hard. It feels like we will use it if there aren't 7 playable for the EX. Yeah, sure. I mean, like, to me, like, in the unfortunate scenario where you hit this on your first one, if it has to be one of the 7 you're playing, then like hit Ryzen or hit Intel, cast it, upgrade it immediately. Suddenly you have a permanent, like, for the rest of the game, I have Eternal during my turn. And that's not nothing to start the game with, right? Like, but it's only good if upgraded. So that's just something to think about with this card. Thankfully, we do have a 1-drop that can upgrade it. We just have to get there.
Like, find it. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is it even worth it?
We have 2 1-drops that can upgrade it, right? Because we can use a card that we'll talk about later, and we can use Intel. If there are 7 better armaments, this card's never seeing play. But if we have to have a 7th one, this, I suppose, can fill the slot. Next up, though, we have Black Rust Wolf, 1-drop 4/4 with quick cast. Enter, destroy target damaged J/Resonator. Rest a recovered armament or high armament sub-ruler you control. This card gains +2/+2 until end of turn. I like this card.
Mikage support. I like it.
Randomly Mikage support.
At the end of your turn, ping your guy, play Black Rust Wolf, go to my turn. Your thing died. I have a 4/4.
And I can, because I don't have armaments.
Also, Nyarlathotep buff too.
Yeah, because she can pay 0 to ping something, right? Once per turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, attack, ping something, and then you play, and then you wolf.
You talking about the Lunya ruler?
Oh yeah.
Or like when you attack, you deal. Yeah, that's
First off, hold on. In the chat, William Smola. Hello, my friend.
Wow.
Hi, buddy. Good to see you. Come to Odyssey on Wednesday.
Long time no see,
please.
Dude.
Come to Odyssey on Wednesday, please.
Hi, William Smola. I don't know you.
Miss your face. He's a cool dude.
Okay.
Also, Black Rust Wolf is also a pretty cool card in Limited, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The artwork is also very sick.
Yeah.
I love
you can see through its eyes to the other side.
Everything.
It just doesn't have eyes. You're looking right through the eyes.
Just no eyes.
Doggo. Good old doggo.
You know what I have noticed that's very interesting, guys, about this set? Speaking about artwork, is we're now 3 rulers deep and we're on to color 4, right? Because we've done, we'll be on color 4 because we're going to red tonight as well. No AI card art so far.
Oh, good. I have not noticed.
I have certainly
I'm
noticed.
so glad you have pointed that out.
That I Spy Studio. That doesn't mean that there won't be. Like maybe it's relegated to the tokens. If there are tokens in this set, I think there are some. But so far we have not seen a single I Spy Studios artist credit in this set. So 0 AI art so far.
Yeah, you're right.
Interesting.
Wow. Do value that. Thank you.
Yeah, just a little cherry there for the day. Doesn't this card work well with things like Hestia, Little Red, and Athenia, all the tails that burn? Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of stuff that this can combo well with, for sure. There's also the armament that we'll talk about later that you can just tap to ping something for 200 damage, right? And that suddenly makes this guy really good, especially since it's quick cast, right? Like this guy has playability. It's just another one of the like options for quick cast 1-drop black 4/4s. Rhea, Lucifer, this guy. Now it's 3. Rhea, Lucifer, this guy. Oh, we lost my grants. He'll be back.
Good tempo card.
Yeah, it's not bad. Rough Magic Stone, next to High Armament. Immediately going into the Armament deck for all versions of Elektra. Pay 1 Void and tap, produce 1 of any color. And you upgrade it to tap, produce 1 of any color, but then it doesn't recover during its next recovery phase. Although we do have lots of cool cards for Elektra that just recover your ruler, your sub-rulers. So like that's not bad. This card's like an auto include, I think, in every single armament deck. You don't feel bad hitting this as your first armament.
1000%. The more I look at this deck, the more I'm realizing it's like I can shift my playstyle entirely to just being whatever I need it to be. The core of this deck is pretty open because of the high armaments and the armaments. So I like it.
Oh, that's true, Mamu. Lilius just pays 0 to ping something once per turn. It's one of her modes.
Yep.
Interesting. I do like that. It's pretty neat.
More removal for the deck that has enough removal.
Yeah, but this is like tempo-based removal that actually puts a body on board. So like I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Mike's just going to be frozen for the rest of the night.
He's just going to look disappointed in all of our takes for the rest of the night.
That's fair for me. Next up, we have Demon of the Crimson Moon, 3 cost 8/8 with flying. That you can pay 1 black less to play this card if you control an armament, 1 black less to control if you play a high armament. I'll lean this way so that I can be on screen at least until Mike comes back. And then enter. This card deals 1,000 damage to target player or J/Resonator, and you gain 1,000 life.
Card good.
Card's pretty good. This is like always a 2-drop 8/8 at the start of the game. Can be a 1-drop 8/8 that also tempo gets you some stuff. So like that's pretty cool. Overall, pretty cool card. I'm adjusting my screen grab here to accommodate for the fact that Mike will probably not be joining us. Sorry for everyone seeing double Jeremy and Paul for a second.
A 2,000 life swing is not bad. Plus, it's dealing damage. It's not life loss.
And it flies.
God. This thing is so good.
Oh, that's true, Mom. Reginald, Windia is also a card that could work really well if you like splash into green.
Oh, Windia.
So, I do love that card. I think it still has
our favorite card that has not seen any play.
Unfortunately. I just think people haven't been trying her enough. If I were a heavier green base with Aristella, I'd probably find room for her. But like I don't. I'm like really heavy blue. So like I just don't have room for it. I can filter into 1 green. I can't filter into 2 greens. If she was 1 green, 1 colorless, I'd absolutely be slotting her into my Aristella list because busted.
Hands down. Good card.
But double green has, I think, limited her splash ability more than we thought it would.
Yeah, there's some burn potential here, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's very 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 much an Elektra burn deck out there, which I think is cool. Then we have Warhorn. J/Resonators you control gain 200 defense. When upgraded, rest target J/Resonator. It's better than Headband.
Currently better than Headband.
Yeah, it's on my low end in the sense of like I wouldn't feel bad if I hit it, but I'm not actively wanting to play it if I can help it. So
Yeah,
this and Headband are on my like. Oh, he back?
he's returned.
He back.
That face says it all.
This plus Headband are on my like. I'll slot them in if I need to,
Yeah.
but other than that,
It does stack with Battle Flag, which is kind of nice. So your stuff's getting like +4 defense once you upgrade
Yeah.
the Battle Flag, which is kind of nice. There's some controlliness to it, which I really like. Still better than Headband.
still better than Headband.
Still better than Headband.
I don't know what card we're talking about anymore. I'm gonna.
Warhorn. We're talking about Warhorn.
All right,
We're talking about Warhorn.
Warhorn.
The Horn of Gondor. Oh, good. Someone. Wow.
Man.
I love when
But
that happens.
let's talk about the first of I presume to be 2 of Elektra's Marvels though, because I think she's gonna get a red Marvel and I think she's gonna get this black Marvel. So and we have some pretty cool takes on what the red Marvel's gonna be, which is neat. So Carmilla, the armed vampire, because we are on the Crimson Moon, and she was one of the very first vampires ever printed, was Carmilla, which is very cute. She is a 3-cost 10/10 Flying Drain Bane. Rest 3 recovered armament or high armament sub-rulers you control. Put this card from your graveyard into the field rested. If 2 or more high armament sub-rulers were rested this way, put it into your field recovered and gain swiftness until end of turn. Play this ability only if this card is in your graveyard, and you can pay 1 black to discard her to upgrade an armament you control. This card is so good, and you can really ignore that second half of the tap ability. Because we can just pay 1, discard her, upgrade something, and then during my opponent's end step, cheat her in for 3 for free, rested, go to my turn, recover, and go in. Like, she's very good.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. This thing is just. I mean, this and Demon are like cracked. I love them. They're so good.
Carmilla is very, very good. I joked about someone making the meme about like the Carmilla is who I want, and Carmilla is who I want. That is where my loyalties lie. Because this card is hands down. Like people were talking about their concerns about Rumsfeld against Elektra because of her ability to stop the enter effects of the J rulers on the contracts, which I think is fair. And then they spoiled this, and I was like, she has a win con outside of those J rulers.
Mhm.
So, she's fine. She's fine. Rumsfeld is going to be a non-issue for Elektra decks.
Yeah. I think what's so interesting about these cards is that they're not hard to see if they're good or not. It really just is going to come down to your deck building, which I think is very different. I haven't really felt that in Force of Will in a long time, if ever. Just like, here's a bunch of good stuff.
She feels like, honestly, she kind of has the same vibe to me as like Olivia does in terms of like deck build, because there's a lot of really unique ways that you can build Olivia, and each of them feels different.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
and
I
like
would agree.
Like based on your tech choices and kind of like what you see in the openers, it's going to really determine how your games go. And ironically, Olivia is also the other random ruler, right? So like it has that same kind of vibe to me of like your deck build is going to be really dependent and you're going to have to be really flexible, but no 2 Elektra decks are like Olivia, much like Elektra, I think is going to be a case of like you could have 3 people each sit down to try to build an Elektra deck, and all of them are going to come up with something different.
Yeah.
Right. Which I think is really cool.
It's a deck that's going to be so dependent on your playstyle.
Mike, I'm just going to message Mike and tell him to take a break tonight, bud. Because he's already disconnected again. Just take the night off, buddy.
It's okay, buddy.
Just take the night off, buddy. It's okay. Yeah, Camilla's very cool. I gotta wait until Mike actually disconnects before I can go to that screen. So yeah, the interesting thing here that's brought up is that we're still waiting to see the this is the moment to talk about it. We're still waiting to see what the Fire Marvel Rare is, if she is indeed going to get two Marvel Rares, which we kind of expect her to be. And going in the Crimson Moon idea, current popular theory is that it's going to be Gilderai. Because fire is dragon form.
I'll take it.
And Gilderai, the golden dragon, was from Crimson Moon Fairy Tale.
I really hope that's the case, because that
would be
card, that lore has not gotten nearly enough love.
Yeah, Gilderai or Loop Guru is what people are currently thinking about. I think Gilderai makes more sense because dragon form, but Loop Guru also could make a lot of sense because it's also a Crimson Moon Fairy Tale fire super rare, right?
Yeah.
And like the only reason why I kind of want it to be Gilderai over Loop Guru is because Loop Guru will definitely just be a beast instead of a werewolf, and it'll make me mad.
Just bring back werewolves.
Just
no one would be
beasts.
upset.
Just beasts.
Just give us
beasts.
werewolves.
Next up, we have the high armament that came along with her, which is Cursed Sword. Remove a card in your graveyard from the game. J rulers you control gain +2/+2 until end of turn. So it's J rulers you control. Pay 200 life. Target J/Resonator your opponent controls gain -2/2 until end of turn. This paired with Carmilla is insane. I'm going to pay 10, remove your blocker, and then hit you for 10, and then gain 10. What? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you look at this and think this card is bad. It's not. This
card is insane. This card is very, very good.
What if Final Battle, instead of just negging your opponent's board?
Yeah, also, Rustin's happy. This card's going to get combo banned with Inferno immediately.
Please combo ban it. Like,
well, I mean, it's a high armament, so I think it's okay. She doesn't have access to God's Arts, so you can't make it quick cast. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I still think you. I still think you do.
That's fair. Oh, it's Mike.
We are
3 on Mike.
Try.
I refuse to be defeated by this fucking computer. I swear to.
It's okay. You can stay on your phone. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
You get Mike Rance. I'm no longer sitting in that room. I'm here.
It's okay. You get. We're talking about Cursed Sword. The other thing that I think is insane about Cursed Sword is that it is actually a stat neg, which is huge because it also means that, like, for Carmilla to trade up into stuff, you don't necessarily have to pay all the life because she has Drain and Bane, right? So, like, if you're swinging into a 12/12, you pay 4, make it an 8/8 so that she survives the trade and still kills whatever, right? And then she, will gain you back 10, right?
Yeah.
I think it's, or like if she's going to trade in with something, you like pay, 600 life or whatever to kill something else and then have her trade into whatever she was trading into, kill it off of the Bane and then move forward, right? Like, this card is going to combo so well with Carmilla. It's kind of insane. Levitin, is that you? I mean, no, but it's certainly helpful.
It's like, this is the other Levitin, the one that like wipes the board. But your opponent's side.
Hypothetically, can I stack the payment before the target is hit? Yes, because the activated... Mike, don't leave. Stay on your phone.
I'm on my phone. I'm just trying to see where we're at in the cards because I forget what all these cards do.
Oh, sure. We're on Cursed Sword. So, Rustin, the ability cost is pay 200 life. So you can pay 200 life, hold priority, 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 pay 200 life. So you can pay as much life as you want before any of these resolve. You also can do what I love to do, which is pay one at a time. Pay 200 life, apply a -2, pass priority. Resolves, cool. Pay 200 life, -2, pass priority. Resolves, cool, great. Like, you can do that kind of stuff.
I can hear Dan screaming in my face when I do that. Already.
Oh, he hates it. He hates it. He hates that kind of like chase manipulation. But like, ugh. Also, like Obarazuki, like Jordan's in the chat. Obarazuki, remove 1 counter to apply a -2, pass priority. Okay, cool. Results. Do it again. Okay, cool. Do it again.
It's smart and so smug.
Yeah, it's great. We used to do it back with Mikage. It was the way to play it, like all the way back with like Mikage was first produced, like with all the blood
100%.
counters. It was the same kind of thing. Any kind of repeatable sequence like that, you always just do it one at a time. But yeah, Cursed Sword is gross. I'm glad it's a high armament, but like very, very good.
Do you remember Final Battle? This is him now. Feel old yet?
It's just like half of Final Battle because it only hits one thing, but also like it's instant speed and I only have to do 200 at a time. So it's like half, but also better. It's weird.
Worse but better. My favorite.
Worse but better indeed.
There's some silly things you can do, like reset your RFG into the grave and just get more of a buff. So it is one con.
Athenia enters the Game of Gods. Take any amount of cards from your RFG and move them back into your graveyard.
If you have death, or I'm sorry, if you have, it's under.
Sorry, Athenia's Essence of Power.
Yeah, the essence of Athenia.
The essence of Athenia's power. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah,
just put everything back.
Cool.
Remove it all.
Everything back. Remove it all again.
Yeah, that card is nuts with this.
Yeah, for sure. Move in your graveyard and be like, I'll fucking do it again.
I'll do it again.
The day that Essence of Athenia's power is now a win con again. What a great day. What a great day.
So next up we have... Oh, no. XSplit's doing the thing again. Gosh dang it.
Everything goes wrong at once.
Everything goes... It's okay. I'll pull this up. Armament. We're going into the fire cards. We're done with the darkness cards. We're going into fire. We have Armament Refinement, 1 cost red contract. Just reveal a card from your Armament EX area at random and put it into your ruler area. Draw a card. If you have 3 or more Armament or high armaments, you can then contract it. That then becomes Elektra, the dragon form. Who is a 2/10 with the enter of reveal a fire high armament sub-ruler you control. Put it into the field. And then whenever this card attacks, recover target armament or high armament sub-ruler you control. And then the high armament that was introduced along with it, because we kind of have to talk about all 3 of these together, is the dragon armor of the god of war, right?
The
dragon armor of the god of war. Attacking does not cause J/rulers you control to rest. During your main phase, J rulers you control each attack up to X times, where X is the number of armament, high armament sub-rulers you control. Which also then means for dragon form, it will get to every single time it attacks, recover of armament. So if you have like 4 and you have one of them that has a tap ability, you're getting that tap ability 4 times.
This card's just...
Really glad that Elektra doesn't currently have an armament that just gives swiftness. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the high armament, the other high armament for her, doesn't give swiftness. Like, I would be very surprised if the other high armament she gets doesn't give swiftness.
I mean, it's randomized, so I'm okay with it, right?
Well, high armaments aren't randomized. High armaments are choice.
She's black.
Like her regular. So you're saying the high armament she grabs can give her swiftness, or you think it's...
I think the second red high armament will give your J ruler swiftness, and here's why. Here's my theory on that. Most of the armaments affect J/resonators, whereas the high armaments affect J rulers, right? And so I think that having an armament that could just give everything swiftness, I think is just no good. Because you could just hit it and just be like, my entire deck has swiftness for the game. Like I have a 1 in 7 chance of just having swiftness for the entirety of the game on everything I play. Ainz already does that. Stop. And that is interactable. Please stop. I think a high armament that gives J rulers you control swiftness and flying would be fine. Especially if it's comboed with Gilderai, because Gilderai had swiftness and flying. So, like, that's the thing. Just saying.
Oh, my goodness. There's definitely a lot of Keurig vibes rolling off of this thing, though. Like, when I look at the artwork, it's definitely more Keurig than not. So, if it's Gilderai, I'll be really surprised. But I'm here for it.
Well, it's not going to be Keurig. Keurig wasn't in the Crimson Moon, so...
Exactly. I mean, is it confirmed that it's just going to be based off the Crimson Moon characters?
I mean, we're just basing it off of the fact that there's so much Crimson Moon vibe going on, and we're the battle on the Crimson Moon. So like that's the vibe.
Yeah. I really do hope that's the case, though. Like, I'm not.
How is the ruling for this attacking work? Since normally Resonators can attack while they're untapped. Like if you rest her somehow and untap her, can you attack again? Okay, so there is an old card that So the ruling here is that card text supersedes rules text. The rules text of this card says they can attack up to X times. So the rules text of this card will supersede the rule of a Resonator can attack if it's recovered. It's the same thing with Priscia. Priscia's Leap also prevented you from being, like, you didn't attack to recover, or you didn't have to tap to attack, but you only could attack so many times. So it's the same thing. Card text always supersedes rules text.
Oh,
so because...
This is giving vibes of Yamato no Orochi.
Same thing with Yamato no Orochi. Yep, it has that same kind of vibe. Orochi was allowed to attack 8 times, even though attacking didn't cause it to rest. It can't just attack infinitely.
Orochi was TAT, not a CMF, right?
That is correct. He was TAT.
Almost.
So, yeah. Very cool card, though. I like this card a lot.
Neat.
Next up, we have... we have more than this. What did I miss here? I didn't oh man, I didn't download them. I'm gonna go download them right now. I missed 2 because I was like super busy yesterday, so I didn't do a video about it. So I just didn't. So apparently, I also didn't download them.
Welcome to Office Hours Amateur Hour, featuring myself, Mike Rance.
That's us. That's us tonight. Hey, it's okay.
What a month! What a month!
What a
month! Strong here on May 1st.
Jeez, what a month, huh, Captain? It's Monday.
It's Monday the 1st.
Notably, the dragon form can work with the Warhorn, so you can rest on multiple things every time you attack.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, there are certainly like abilities that are going to be good to like tap stuff.
Are you guys going to get Elektra Scarlet version or Elektra Violet version?
I don't know, both.
Damn.
If you contract, will the count reset? Yeah, it should, because it's a separate J ruler.
Ooh, neat.
So if you like attack a bunch of times, kill your Elektra, recontract, get another Elektra Dragon form, somehow give it swiftness, attack a bunch of extra times, you could do that.
That sounds just stupid enough to work. Oh, high speed dash, let's go.
High speed dash wouldn't do anything.
Say what?
So high speed dash doesn't work on a contracted card.
Oh yeah, duh.
You dingus. One thing I will note though about why I'm glad that like with seeing this card is the fact that both of the contracts have such low stat lines, right? They're 210s, both of them, right? So like being able to attack 10 times, but you're at 210 is like, okay, well I got to find some way to buff this up. Otherwise, it's not going to actually kill me, which I think is also good balancing. Hey, because imagine if it was a 10-10 that you could just be like, hey, I contracted when I have 6 contracts. It's a 10-10. I got the thing that lets me attack 6 times. Give it swiftness. Let's go. Like, gross. Gross.
It definitely feels like you have to build up your J ruler for this deck. Like, you have to, like, it almost feels like a white deck in that way, where you have to, like, put a bunch of things on the board and then, like, it's bigger.
I think to me it's a vibe between like the darkness contract is the one that I want to do early and the fire contract is the one that I want to do later.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
The darkness is like pumping the brakes on my opponent and like saying like protect the castle, kill this, otherwise I'm just gonna like amass a ton of value. And then once they've burned their resources trying to kill horror form, then you like pull out dragon form and you're just like, cool, thanks for burning your resources, get wrecked. Like that to me feels like the way that like the standard Elektra package is gonna go for, like contract darkness early, contract fire late game. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Whispering of the Clown, 2 red. Recover all rulers, armament sub-rulers, and high armament sub-rulers you control. Draw a card, and it has Mastery with Ryzen or Intel. So it's kind of like the opposite of the Curse of the Clown.
Very fun story about this card, actually, flavor-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Whispers of a Clown is also what we call people who call these cards broken in the Forcible Discord.
Oof. Ooh, hot take.
Shots
That's
fired.
shots absolutely fired.
He shot his bow and arrow shot.
Jeez, that's
Did
I'm not
200
so aggressive.
give opponent.
So aggressive. It's a cool card. I like
It
this
is a cool
card.
card.
I think I like the other one better, but I like this one just fine.
I'm making enemies
This
again.
one's okay.
Oopsies.
Next up, we have bow and arrow.
That was a segue.
Yeah, it's just a segue
That-
for
that
shooting
was
your
a
shot.
segue.
Yeah, I got it. No, I got that. I got that.
Shoot your shot.
Tap. This card deals 200 damage to target player or J/Resonator. When upgraded, tap. This card deals 400 damage to target player or J/Resonator. So this also combos really well with the fact that Dragon Form only has 200 attack, because like you can swing, you can like tap this, hit your opponent for 4, swing, recover it, hit your opponent for 2. So like makes kind of every swing 600, right? So there's some combination there. Just in general, though, bow and arrow is like probably high up, like probably one of the ones. This pot, the orb and magic stone, at least so far, are probably the armaments that go in like every single armament deck, regardless of build, right? Like this is a great include.
100%. This is Artemis bow now. Feel old yet?
Also, like half Artemis bow, because again, it's only 200, and I can't.
To be fair, Artemis bow didn't come with arrow.
That's true. It was just a bow.
It's just bow. Like bow and arrow in this economy.
Crazy. It's cool though. It's cool though. I'm really excited about
good.
Elektra. I'm really excited to see how many people play Elektra so many different ways. Like, she's going to be the one that we will probably feature, have at least 3 weeks of Elektra, different matches, like different videos of Elektra for the channel, just because we're going to build her so many different ways, which is kind of cool.
Gotcha. I'll build red Elektra.
Okay, cool.
Mono red. Let's go.
Mono red. Let's go. Only play. She does say you have to have exactly 7 armaments, right? So like,
No thoughts. Just head empty.
head empty.
Worked for Oct so far.
Card. I did miss this card, which is Blade Dance. 1 red as an additional cost to play this card. Rest X recovered armament or high armament sub-rulers you control. Copy the spell X times. You may choose new targets for each copy, and it just deals 400 damage to target player or J/Resonator. This card says there is an Elektra burn deck out there, and she will be playing it.
See, I'm not convinced by this card. I feel like if you need like a win condition like this, 7 armaments gets this up to what, 32?
Oh, this is not a win con by itself. This is just a card that's a part of the burn deck that will be run by Elektra, right? The best part, and here's why. It's the fact that this is a burn card that dodges cancels. Because I'm going to pay 1 and I'm going to put 4 copies of it on the chase. Cancel 1 of them, cool, you're still taking 12. Right?
It's chain burn.
Yeah, like it's chain burn, right?
Chain strike. Yeah.
Get your Pharesia's Journeys.
I was literally about to say.
Like Pharesia's Journey stonk's about to go way up. In fact, let me just go look at.
I'm going to see how much these are full art real quick.
I mean, this assumes a burn deck will be good in Force of Will. But anyway,
I mean, we've had burn decks.
I love the.
What are you talking? We had time when you were playing actively that we had
I
good
know.
burn decks.
Back when Force of Will was different.
I don't understand what's happening. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Full art Pharesia's Journeys are only $5.
Pick them up now.
Pick them up now, and there's plenty of listings. Regular Pharesia's Journeys are like $1. Let me see. Double check. 35 cents for Pharesia's Journeys.
Break the bank.
And Dan has 46 of them. So
he's got a few.
At least.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
It's a normal, right?
It's
it's
I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a cool card for sure. I really like this card. I mean, like, I'm not a burn player. I've gone well established in the fact that I can't play burn to save my life, but I'm happy for the burn players that they get this cool tool.
We're happy for you, burn players. Jeremy, it would be really nice if we're happy for these burn players if they could read.
I mean, I don't know if I can be that happy for people. Moving on. Next up, we have Armed Dragon. Ironically,
Level 2.
a dragon that doesn't have arms. If you look at the artwork, very funny. Just an actual, just like dragon that just has wings for arms. A true dragon. Is that a wyvern? Is that what it's called? A wyvern?
Yeah,
wyverns.
Wyverns have no arms.
Why are you saying
it's a
wyvern so weird?
I don't know. Wyvern. 2 red, 7/7 with flying. Rest a recovered armament or high armament subruler you control. This card deals 200 damage to each J/Resonator your opponent controls. If you rest a recovered, for the activation, it deals 400 damage instead. This card, honestly, not bad. Like, like pretty solid base stat guy in terms of 2-drop 7/7 flyer. Maybe overstated, especially since it has flying. And just like board clear at instant speed when you need it, but it like ramps up to get there. Like, pretty dang good card.
Seems decent.
I seem to remember a treasure that it was one of Celesta's treasures. Does it give your field, or does it give your J ruler drain and
No,
bane?
it gives your field bane.
All your resonators gain bane. Yeah, with the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
Omega Zero one question: does Pharesia's journey stop it if they have upgraded or mid play? No, because they can't cancel stuff. So, yeah. There you go. Answers your question.
Let me just.
But until they get that upgraded orb, Pharesia's journey.
Orb.
This card's pretty freaking cool, and also just means that like it makes me curious again how Elektras are going to be built, and like how different versions of Elektra are going to have like different weak points, right? Because like the way it's been read so far, it's a lot of like single target everything else. So it's like, okay, cool, well I'll go wide and I'll be able to overwhelm it. And then she gets this card, and she's like, yeah, you went wide. That was a mistake.
Big
right?
mistake. Call an
She
ambulance,
feels-
but not for me.
Well, that goes in the way with the lore, right? Of she said, just like be prepared for everything, kind of just accept that it's going to be random and you'll always win. You'll always be prepared, right? And so I get that vibe a lot from Elektra, that she's going to have, like, she's going to be able to kind of have game kind of through everything, and it's not necessarily going to be oppressive game. It's going to be rewarded like skill play
Damn,
to be
Elektra
able to
game.
kind of play against the field.
Yeah, can confirm Arm of the Demon does say J resonators you control get drain and bane.
Yeah, but it's a 2-drop, isn't it?
No, it's a 1-drop. It's a 1-drop quick
Armor the Demon's
cast.
a 1-drop?
It's a 1-drop quick cast, and it shuffles you back into the deck.
Whoa, you can get it again.
That's not nothing.
Especially like if you have like multiple armament cards, and you're like, I'm gonna lorate that, or I'm gonna stop that effect. You're just like, cool, I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
I'll do it again. She's going to be so pilot dependent. Yeah, for sure.
I love this
Bob and
card.
Tuda, you forgot that this was tonight. We are on episode 112.
Eh,
Every
forgot about it.
Monday night.
I don't think you forgot that we're having it. I think you forgot that it's Monday. Which is
Fair.
like, I'm honestly just trying to help you, buddy.
No, Bob just doesn't like me. It's fine.
Also,
Next
this
up-
is definitely just Duel Masters art, and I love it.
Yeah, very Duel Masters.
Very Duel
Okay,
Masters.
next up we have Flame Earrings. The armament of if damage would be dealt to you by a chance, prevent 500 of it. The Mirror Breaker armament, which is gross. And then upgraded, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you by chance. So truly, there's just a world where you're just like, I'm playing Protect the Castle Elektra, and your opponent's like, I'm playing Burn Elektra, and you're like, well, I hit Flame Earrings off the top. It's upgraded. Extend hand for game.
This card is my vote for the worst of all the armaments.
I honestly, I would. So
I
here's the question.
disagree.
No. Here's my point. Here's my point.
Okay.
If it is ruled that the armament deck can be sideboarded, this card sees sideboard slot play.
Yeah.
if it is not, where if it is ruled that the armament deck is locked, this card becomes only playable after a tournament or in a meta environment of locals where people are playing burn Elektra. You're not like knowingly walking into an event being like, I'm not sure how much Elektra's going to be here. I'm going to play Flame Earrings. Like, you know what I mean? Like that just, it's not, this is the meta call.
Yeah.
This is the meta call armament for me. But like I said, there is just a world where if you're playing the Elektra mirror and you catch wind that your opponent's playing the burn Elektra and you hit this off the top and upgrade it on one, you literally just extend hand for game and you're just like,
GG's.
I guess you have to. You have to kill me the old-fashioned way with your bare hands.
Yeah, Rustin, I feel like this is the sideboard armament if we can sideboard.
This is the griefing armament.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about the flame earrings too is it doesn't say your resonators, your J resonators, and you are not damaged. So like you just pivot then to use your burn spell to hit their board instead. I think, right?
Yeah, but then you don't have a win con most of the time for burn decks.
I mean,
I will say that there have
deck and your win con is that card.
I will say though, here's a fun thing. Here's a very fun thing that Roderick mentioned. Is you can play this as the burn Elektra player, and if you do hit it off of it, like the burn Elektra players will play this card and they will upgrade it because then they'll play Split Heaven and Earth. And they'll protect themselves from split.
Ooh.
That's the way.
They don't get burned themselves by their own Split Heaven and Earth.
Okay, I think if you're playing Split, you're playing this card.
Yeah, for sure. Splitchon. Let's just get Splitchon promos.
Oh my god.
Let's see if those are on TCG Player.
They are. They're like $2.
Split.
Last time I checked, they were pretty cheap too. But we also got Ground Splitter Rabbit.
$3.40. I'm not playing Ground Splitter Rabbit. I'm playing Splitchon.
So like the other side of it is Split. So
I
like
understand.
Have it.
I understand.
No. Play Splitchon if you got Splitchon.
No, yeah. it's okay. Jeremy's just a simp. It's fine.
It's fine.
This is a character who's
she's only appeared in literally that one card art. She has no backstory. The only thing we know about her is that Jordan called her Splitchon, and then she vanished from existence.
She split?
She split. She bounced, yo.
The puns.
Bring back Splitchon 2023.
Bring back Splitchon 2023. Yes, for sure. 100%.
Forcible split posting. Got it.
There it is. Okay, and now we have our last armament so far, which is Chain Sickle. Good old kunai with chain.
Kunai with chain.
Kunai with chain, Yugs.
Hey, Yugs.
So, entities your opponent controls lose and cannot gain Barrier and Eternal, and when it's upgraded, destroy target J/Resonator.
Kunai with chain.
This card is an auto-include in every armament deck.
Yes.
You know what?
Absolutely.
The more I think about it, the more Elektra really is just the Joey Wheeler deck.
I mean, it all is just Beast Warriors.
The Red Eyes Black Dragon.
The Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
The fact
Black
that it's
Eyes Red Dragon.
It's all RNG focused.
Yep.
You got Kunai with chain. It's a deck literally built for a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck. It's perfect.
It's got some weird little clown wizard kind of things, like Clock Wizard. Right?
Clock Wizard. Jeremy, come on, man.
Wizard.
Time Wizard.
You act like you never played that game.
Nah, never.
I'm going to play Child's Dragon and Clock Wizard.
And they're going to make one Millennia Dragon.
I love Black Eyes Red Dragons. And when I use Clock Wizard's effect, it creates geriatric dragon.
No, it's one Millennium Dragon. One Millennium Dragon.
Oh.
It's just a dragon in a nursing home bed, just like.
Tell me that literally isn't actually Thousand Dragon.
Okay, yeah, for sure. So I just Yu-Gi-Oh wiped from my brain.
He repressed that entire part of his life.
Yeah. So let's talk about this. Babatunde says, I'm definitely waiting for the cards that interact with armaments, as in removal from them. And this is kind of what I want to end the conversation here tonight. I genuinely do not think there needs, at least from what we've seen from them so far, I genuinely think there does not need to be any form of interaction with armaments.
Reprint of Time of Ragnarok.
Stop. I genuinely will go out on a limb and say I do not think that any interaction with armaments is necessary. I don't.
I don't either. I think this mechanic is bad.
I think that the mechanic certainly has legs. I think the mechanic itself is not what gives the deck legs. I think that the cards in her support suite are very, very cool, and she will take advantage of them. But like, I think the only because they're pure random, we haven't seen a card that gives them to him specifically. It's all like minimal advantage or like floodgating your opponent, and they all like take other resources to get to the point where they can really start having an impact. Like, I think these cards are, I think this mechanic as a mechanic is completely fair and balanced. And I do not see a reason, especially because we know that they do not count for Calling Stone. They do not count for things like, they don't count for anything that cares about rulers because they're sub-rulers. I think there is absolutely nothing that has been shown here makes me think that you need any form of interaction with these cards.
Jeremy, I'm going to highlight the fact that you said this deck has legs. You just forgot to mention that both legs are broken and require crutches to move wherever they are.
I don't think that's true.
I don't respect this deck at all.
I had some
don't
concerns
need a
about
beat
it.
chair, Mike. It's fine.
I had some concerns about it until I saw Carmilla. And then I was like, oh, okay.
I still have no respect for this deck. If you play this deck and do well with it, congratulations. You've proven me wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I want like very minor interaction for some of the stuff that's like kind of floodgatey, right? So like the Sickle and Chain just turns off Eternal and Barrier for free, and that feels
Sure.
kind of crappy. And I think that's probably where people are at. I also think
Don't build your entire deck around being able to give stuff Eternal Barrier, be able to pivot and have other win cons.
It's more like, you know me better than that. I literally build at least 2 win cons into every deck.
Mamu TCG Lab, the J ruler isn't random. She searches any red. She searches any red high armament. She does not search any red armament, and that is
High
the
armament.
biggest piece. Specifically, it will grab either the dragon armor that lets her attack multiple times, or the high armament we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Her access to unless so there is something to be said about maybe the Marvel rare gives her some kind of way to like get one of choice, but if every access to the armament deck is random, nope, I do not think you need to put any interaction for it. Sorry, that was my thought because Mamu TCG put up a good comment. Paul, back to you.
You're good. I'm just like the floodgatey or like the like literal board wipe attached to a ruler that, you know, if you luck sack and get it, it just feels bad. I think that those would be like, I'm like 55-45, right? Like I'm like 55 like in agreement with you, and then there's like another part of me that's like, Chain Sickle kind of sucks. Like I hate that I'm just like, my opponent slams that and I'm like, well, cool. Great. I don't have protection now. I guess you just get to wipe my, even though I was hoping you wouldn't do that. It's just the randomness to it feels a little weird, but again,
Sure.
I'm more toward your end of things because it's randomized.
I think to me, like playing Elektra and playing against Elektra is gonna be a skill check. To me,
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
the ability as the Elektra player to pivot how I'm playing based on what armaments I get, as well as the ability of my opponent to pivot based on what armaments I get, is going to be a big part of that game. And I'm honestly really excited to play those games. Like that to me is just like, Ocarina, who's in the chat, has specifically said that like Elektra's whole gimmick is changing the rules of the game. right? In a sense, which
Say more about that.
like every game is going to be different because she's going to be starting the game with here's a think of it like this is an interesting point because you're a person who's, you know, we play RPGs or stuff like that. Think about like
Mhm.
any RPG where there's like challenge battles, right? Where like something is modified about the random encounter to make it a different challenge or something like
Yeah.
that, right? Elektra feels like that, where every single time you play her, her main deck is going to be, you know, what it is, but then she's going to add some kind of tweak to make the battle harder. And sometimes those tweaks don't really affect you and you can maybe prep for it. And sometimes those tweaks are going to be bigger hurdles, right? And so that to me is very, very cool to introduce into the game space. Like that's just really cool to me.
Remind me if we have anything in this so far, in this stuff that allows us to get more armaments. Because I'm
Other than
not
the 7?
like, am I just starting the game with an armament, or am I able to get
The
more?
the red super rare and the contract both get you regular armament out of the deck. Black upgrades them. Red grabs you new ones.
Okay.
And then
So far
red,
we don't have like a robust like armament ramp package.
we have
So,
two
like-
cards that we can play full play sets of that get us armaments. And it's probably expected that the Marvel rare will also be a third way to get armaments.
Okay.
Most likely.
Pay red, discard this card.
That's why I am now 59 to like 41.
I really hope that the red isn't. I honestly really hope that the red Marvel rare has like main timing, pay 1, discard 1, like pay red, discard, get an armament, and not instant speed, pay 1 red, discard, get a random high armament. Like make that main timing, please.
Yeah,
or at
and make it
least like
once per
only
turn.
during my only during my turn. Not even main timing. Like let it be quick cast, but only during my turn. Right? Let me do it in recovery. Sure, that's fine. Like I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But and the reason why is because it's that to me would feel really bad as a mechanic in terms of balancing, because there's just a random chance where my opponent just pays 1 red, pitches it during my turn in the middle of my sequence and hits an armament that completely throws off my game purely by chance, right? And that doesn't feel good to play against, right? So making any kind of like getting new armaments relegated to Elektra's mate like turn feels a lot better to me.
Yeah. And it's feeling better to me too, because in the sense of like I have to work to get more armaments, like that feels more balanced than just like attaching that to your ruler. Like in a Scheherazade scenario where it's like my extra deck is mine to manipulate because I'm Scheherazade. Where it's like, no, you actually have to play cards to reveal stuff, right? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I really like.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will. That's fine. I really do like the fact that like Carmilla lets you upgrade at instant speed. Like that I'm okay with. I'm okay with upgrading at instant speed because at least as my opponent, like I know what armaments you have, so I can think through the lines of like at any point in time my opponent could upgrade this so I could be dealing with this ability instead of this one, right? Like it's known and I can kind of plan for it. Whereas like an instant speed grab a random armament would be like just it just feels like it would be too gambly and like take control out of the match. And that I think goes against even the spirit of Elektra, right? To like take this, you know, I don't know. It just feels weird to me. So we'll see. But lots of cool cards though.
Yeah.
Chain and Sickle, also with Chain and Sickle being printed, although I was already kind of talking about the fact that I don't think Elektra cares about Rumsfeld at all. Chain Sickle literally says, Rumsfeld, that's cute. Like, just doesn't matter. Rumsfeld is a 4/4 that does nothing to me.
Rumsfeld, more like Crumsfeld, because he's fucking dust.
Hey. That's funny. Yeah, so I think that does it for us for tonight. Any kind of closing thoughts?
I continue to love the flavor of oh yeah, you have a new armament to equip to your character. I'm playing through Final Fantasy, like the Pixel remaster right
Oh,
now.
sure,
And so
sure.
everything is oh cool, here are these earrings that prevent you from taking fire damage, and here's this cool sickle you can equip.
I'm just gonna use Elektra to convince Flesh and Blood players to try Forza Will. That's my new. Just I'm just gonna constantly keep Elektra sleeved. I'm like, hey yo, you playing Flesh and Blood? What if you want to play Flesh and Blood inside Forza Will? Here you go.
We got your game too.
Hey, we got it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We did it.
Yeah,
These cards
it's
are
like
cool.
Final Fantasy
games
8. We have
here.
a card game inside of a video game.
Yeah, but 9 did it better than 8.
That's true.
Anywho, that does it for us for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, just as a reminder, if you want to go ahead and check the pre-orders for this set in the description down below, and go please get signed up for the May 20th Discord event that we're going to host on Roller School. It's $10. You get 5 points for Prize Wall for FowFest 2023, which is happening the last weekend of October this year, just for signing up. And the top 8 get to walk away with that cool mat, which you can see in the link in the description when you go to sign up. So that's it for us for tonight. As always, I've been DMO73, and I've been joined by my friend Michael Rance, trying to jump between his phone and his computer.
I'm living.
He's alive, and Paul Reisman.
Cast Fyraga.
Oh crap!